All right, welcome to CPC Talks. A uh, uh, hold on. Hello, guys. Welcome to CPC Talks, presented to you by CPC Gaming Media. I'm your host today, Ace Virtue.
Brooklyn Tengu, also known as SideQuest K.
Hi, Kitty Cat here.
Egypt, aka Chronic.
Today, we will be talking about Game of the Year awards from 2017 to 2022. So to start with 2017, there were several games in the list for the running for the awards. Some of those games included Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, PUBG's PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and Super Mario Odyssey. However, the one that took the gold for 2017 was Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Well deserved.
Yeah. So Zelda uh, Breath of the Wild is an action adventure game developed and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch and Wii U consoles. The game is an installment of the popular Legend of Zelda series, as we all have played at least one of them, I'm sure. um, and it's set in the end of its timeline. So, you know, the Trinity, the trio, the relationship, the triangle between Ganon and Princess Zelda. Yeah.
Mm.
So Link basically awakes from a 100-year slumber and attempts to regain his memories to save Princess Zelda, as he usually does, um, and prevent further destruction of Hyrule by Calamity Ganon, I believe it is Calamity Ganon. So I haven't personally played Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I have seen much of the gameplay on IGN. Um, and I don't know if you guys are like me, but there's certain games you like to play and there's certain games you like to watch. I don't know if that's the same for everybody here.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
So that game, like, doesn't mean I don't like the game. Just means I prefer to, watch someone play. It's sometimes it's like that. But from what I've seen of Zelda Breath of the Wild compared to the other 2017 running games that were up for awards. I think Zelda Breath of the Wild was well deserved for its superb free roam, huge map, just like in Forspoken. Shout out to Forspoken. Um, and the battle system, the weapons, it was not never ending for a lot of things like the food, the types of weapons you could get, the enemies you encounter. They created a customized just everything, and it's impressed me. So, everybody else's thoughts on.
I think one of the main things that really caught me when I first heard about it was the weapon degradation system. You know, back in the day we used to play Way of the Samurai, and that was like one of the very few games. And that, and of course Dark Souls, things like that. Very few games have a weapon degradation system where you break your weapon, you have to find a new another weapon to replace it. You have to recustomize that weapon and build it up again, and so on and so forth. So I think that was actually pretty cool, and it added to the challenge instead of just getting a master sword or a bigger sword and running through everybody.
And it's hard to make a game that has a weapon degradation system that you actually appreciate.
Right.
I mean, actually, just to add on, I don't really even mean to intrude, but
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
the master sword, you can't even really, you can run through everything as well with that sword, but that sword will break. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go just to throw everything out there because Breath of the Wild was actually a great addition to the Zelda franchise. To be real about it, the food, everything that everyone mentioned thus far, but it's just that the game was just different. You know, as soon as I started playing it off rip, like I'm like, I don't know, because our shields break, the weapons break,
Mm.
bows break. It was just different. It was just very much different. So it basically, I learned very, very quickly that it was always gonna have you on your toes. You always was gonna need to make sure that you were fully sauced up in order to be able to hold it down, to be completely honest, because it's so free roam to where you'll be able to run into the harder, I forget their names, like these little ogre goblins. I believe it's goblin, but
Goblins.
Yeah.
they go by colors.
Yeah.
You can screw around and run into the white goblins, or you can just be free roaming and the blood moon comes at night.
Wow.
Blood moon, that makes not only does every monster that you've killed from like the caves and everything, not only do they come back to life, but everyone is very much harder, and it lasts a while up until the day comes, pretty much. But that time, I don't want to go all day, but that time, it's just, I don't know, it was just different. It's just very much different, and I appreciated it as a gamer. Went through the whole game, still play it till this day.
Did it give you that feeling of Ocarina of Time when the undead were roaming the city at night?
No, actually, that has its own category, and that's still, that's still strong arms its own category. It doesn't give you that same feel from that zombie part. No, great question, to be honest.
Well, the whole weapon system really does fit right into kind of the trend with a lot of games. Like another game that was featured for Game of the Year was, I do believe, The Witcher 3. And that is a very intense system of weapon degradation. Basically everything degrades in that game. You have to brush your horse. Like you got to do a lot.
They took a little bit from
Red Dirty for the whole time. I'm not
Red Dead.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, same process.
Dodging system was kind of alright. I mean, the gameplay was alright. I just got lost very easily in The Witcher.
Oh, you talking about The Witcher?
I feel like I got lost pretty fast.
I started The Witcher and didn't. I'm actually one of the players that didn't enjoy it.
One second. Crap.
Ow, my legs!
I just caught a Charlie horse.
Has anybody played the other 2017
keeps going.
installments? Horizon, Persona, Super Mario Odyssey. Has anybody played those?
Yes.
And do you think any of those deserved the title more than Legend of Zelda?
I would say Legend of Zelda definitely deserved the title. It's a goat of games. It's one of the first games I played, and I still continue to play it. So I think it deserved it for even maintaining, everyone's attention and interest for so long.
Okay.
But if we're going in terms of like newer games with like newer genres and something different, then no.
Okay. I agree with that. All right. So we'll skip over to 2018. The games up for that year were Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, which I played and is like super duper hard. Marvel Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, and Red Dead Redemption 2. Monster Hunter World, I'm pretty sure is going to be combated by several people that probably should have won because I know how popular it was for that year. I mean, I'm not, but God of War essentially won, which I believe was well deserved. Out of this list of games, I think, aside from maybe Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I believe that God of War deserved that title. The fan base for God of War is massive. Fan base for Red Dead Redemption is also massive, but I feel like the story of God of War is more captivating than, I guess, Red Dead Redemption. Assassin's Creed, the story is very good too. But God of War, that there's just so many factors in that game that just keep you wanting to play, especially the first one for me, in my opinion. I haven't finished Ragnarok yet. I will get back to it. But the first one really got to me, and it was a good addition to the upgrades to the past titles, God of War 1, 2, 3, and so on. And he had a son.
Boy.
So, what's everyone else's opinion of that game? Do you think that it was well deserved as Game of the Year for that year? thoughts?
God of War, definitely. That's one game that I constantly play for the storyline. I'm not so great with the mechanics, but if anyone else is playing, I watch it.
So is that a game you prefer to watch, or is that a game you prefer to play?
To watch.
Okay.
One thing that was also applauded with that was that it was one of the few games that was shot continuously from beginning to end without like switching scenes. You know, that was pretty cool. The battle system was overhauled, so that was just basically a whole new experience for everybody who was a God of War fan.
It was cool. It was cool. The battle system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it still retained its challenges as well.
Mm.
No. And let's not forget Christopher Judge. Stargate SG-1.
Deep voice.
Very very good at the mythology that they also put into the game as well. If anyone is like a God of War, fan here, please explain to me how it went from one type of mythology to the next type of mythology. From previous titles to this one, because wasn't one of them Norse and the other one was like Greek?
Yeah, he basically went from Greece up north to, in Scandinavia and the Northlands.
They live down the street.
Yeah, basically.
They live down the street.
Yeah. But several years also passed as well.
Okay.
So there was also that.
But I also feel that some of those mythologies kind of intertwine in a way.
In real life too, like a lot of them were actual kings.
And Kratos as a father, what are your thoughts on that? Like, his personality being who he came from, and then him turning into like a father, like
daddy skills.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a father before. He had his daughter in the original series, but she didn't make it. So I think he's doing a way better job with Atreus so far.
He was definitely a wee bit more protective
this
time around.
He lost his family. He got to be protected. It's the only one he got left.
Exactly.
And it's probably the only one that like him. Kind of.
Well, I just felt bad. I felt like at some point this kid's really going to have a name complex, just being called boy every 5 seconds.
Boy, Loki, and Atreus. Did you guys feel underwhelmed by Baldur?
No, I like Baldur. I liked his I like a good fist fight.
Did he feel intimidating though, or was he?
No, he wasn't intimidating.
It's not that he was intimidating. It's just that he came from this place of like, what was it, kind of like vengeance, redemption, and he really just wanted to, like a piece of him. It's you don't always have to have that character that has to be intimidate. Yeah, he doesn't have to be bigger than you. He doesn't have to be intimidating, but he can give off these different, emotions in a game that make him feel like he's like, the character or whatever. But
here we go again, type.
Yeah, so he did. I was fine with his with him.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, I was fine with the way he looked. Only because of it's not about how you look either. I'm just like, as long as he can fight, it was a good fight, so that took everything away. I ain't have a problem with it.
And I love how they continue. Like the fight doesn't. It's just enough. Like they make you continue the fights, and it's just enough to satisfy you, and it keeps going until you feel that because you felt when he broke his neck and threw him down that thing. You felt that you was like, okay, like they just been beating each other down for like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And you like he's done and he's bleeding. He get up and he's like breathing hard and
It was like infinite Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Right. Gonna keep getting up.
So it's like I love when another game that did that for me was like Last of Us. You feel their emotions in that game, and that's when you can feel that they did a good job as developers and designers and stuff like
cinematography
that.
Overall, yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing that really impressed me, just one last thing, the level design too. Like it didn't feel claustrophobic or too linear, despite being a linear game. You know, the backtracking was done right.
Yeah, I like when they do that. When they don't make any code. Yeah.
Much agree.
So this one, I expect Egypt to talk a lot on. 2019 saw a lot of good, very good games. Well, kind of. The list is as follows. Control, which I know I've played. I believe Kyle played. I think Egypt played. I'm not sure. I don't know if Keita played.
I feel like 10 minutes.
Death Stranding,
Uh-oh.
Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Outer Worlds, who took the title, and I believe it was very competitive that year between Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Wait, so Control, those are nominations, right?
Those are nominations.
Yeah, nominations.
I'm naming all the nominations before I'm naming them.
Who the hell nominated Control?
Exactly. Like
Somebody.
Somebody likes that game. So what? Who won? That? Don't worry about Control because it lost.
Yeah.
Right. So who won was Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice.
Nice.
A very good game. I started off as Akita. I was watching, and then because I was watching Egypt play most of the time, and he got me into wanting to actually play it. So Sekiro is developed by From Software, published by Activision, follows a shinobi named Wolf, who attempts to take revenge on a samurai clan that imprisoned him and kidnapped his lord. The gameplay is focused on stealth, exploration, and combat, with an emphasis on boss battles, very hard boss battles. It takes place in a fictionalized Japan during the Sengoku period, and makes strong references to Buddhist mythology and philosophy. My first thoughts on it was I wasn't feeling it at first. And I'm be honest.
Even as a Tenchu fan?
Yes, even as a Tenchu fan. I think
That's interesting.
I was off of Tenchu and all of that for so long that I lost the passion for it. And I thought that the movement in the game would be different. I thought it would be more ninja-like, I guess. And it's more Souls-like to me, I guess. I should say. I don't know. You could correct me if anybody.
Yeah. That was a question I was going to ask. Do you feel that it was more, geared towards Dark Souls?
Right. A lot of it felt Dark Souls-ish. It just moved. It moved different than Dark Souls, but it felt Dark Souls. With the types of bosses, the dying and losing, your stuff, the punishment, the punishment of the game, because that's what the Blood Soulsborne game are famous for, punishment, and there's a lot of people that love to be punished. I don't know. I guess me. But it was good. I really want Egypt to take the reins on this one because he's the one that played it the most.
Oh, like as of right now, that was well, yeah. Don't sheer too far away from yourself though. But well, I'll just piggyback then and then go from there. Yeah, I can. Yeah, for sure. It for sure feels like a Dark Soulsborne game. To be completely honest, like as if like they, I don't know, just wanted to branch off just a bit, but it still has the same feels. They kind of made it a bit different though, because like the difference between Sekiro and like Dark Souls, see Dark Souls, I'm gonna dodge roll. Sekiro, that's a game where you kind of need to know how to parry, and you kind of had to get that timing down pat. And I felt that was a very great difference. That's what probably brought a lot of, and probably steered a lot of players away as well, but brought a lot of players into the whole franchise itself, because I don't know. So the way how I got into the game, to be honest, like I was unaware that it was from Dark Souls and everything. I just thought that, like Tingle said, I thought that it was like a Tenchu-like Ninja Gaiden-like game. I just heard that it was as hard as Ninja Gaiden Black. That's all I heard. And I was kind of fiending for harder games at that very moment. It was like really getting serious. So Sekiro is what I landed on. It was not what I thought it was to be, but at the moment that once it was installed, I fell in love with that game. And as I said before, like it was just a little different. I tried to play it like, Dark Souls and everything. Like as far as just trying to dodge, you can't dodge that ogre like at all. Like
I could never.
you can't.
The first one.
I'm still stuck
one?
there. Yeah. Speaking of that,
Dodge. You can barely dodge enemies. They whack you, bro. Like you just go in and
that
get
drop
whacked.
kick. Yeah.
And it's so bad to where like it was so bad to where like so many people return the game. I ain't gonna do all the time on that because it's a lot of bad things that happen with that game. So I'm really surprised and happy that it made the game of the year because the game was one of the most returned games.
They had a lot of updates that changed the difficulty of a lot of sections. So because players were complaining that the game was too hard, so they kept changing stuff. I think by the time I got a hold of it, it might have been a little bit less hard. It was still hard, but they were still coming out with updates after I was playing it. So, they kept changing it. And personally, I just don't like when, players complain about a game that's too hard. You can't just always complain. We talked about this on another talk before.
Exactly.
I want my game just the way I bought it.
Exactly. And just let it be just...
Headless Giant or Headless Gorilla?
You said which one?
Headless Giant or Headless Gorilla?
You talking about the headless?
Yeah, down there in the ocean.
Down there in the thing, or the gorilla?
Yeah.
I like the gorilla.
Gorilla.
And then there's one fight where there's two of them.
At the same time.
Yeah, at the same time. So the game makes you want to be better. Basically, you play the game.
Yeah.
You get a lot of different little knickknacks and trinkets and stuff to.
Gotta have skills.
Yeah, it makes you want to be better. It brings your skills up. It's like a Souls game. It makes you want to be better because in the end, you're either gonna quit a Souls game or you're gonna be like, okay, I gotta.
Oh my god.
I gotta do this.
I quit. I believe I started it, realized it was very much like a Souls game, and I was like, oh no, there's no passive mode, and that was the end of that.
Oh.
I failed.
I'm there with
it. Now.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, the game is very much just like Ace said. Like Ace, you pretty much caught it like in the middle of the you caught the middle of the wave of patches, but you still, I feel as if you caught some difficulties here and there. But Ida, you're in the clear because
that is completely patched up, or is there like a ascending difficulty level?
No.
Bro, the only boss that's not that wasn't patched was correct me on the name because there was a while since it was a while since both of us got the plat.
Ishin Ashina?
You talking about the dressed one?
Saint. The Saint.
Yeah. Nope, he was patched too. You talking about this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, patch 2. Just a minor patch. No, the only boss that wasn't patched, Oni. What is his name? Oniwa. Do you remember?
The big. Is he a big dude?
The guy that comes out on a horse that comes out screaming. The very first boss.
Oh, the very first boss. Oh, he wasn't patched.
Yes, he is the only boss that wasn't patched. The bulls patched. Ogres patched. Side bosses are patched. Both of the headless.
That's the one. I mean, he.
Oh, Gyobu Oniwa.
Oniwa, thank you.
There you go. Oh my god.
And he probably has the patch, but
he's the easiest one. He's the easiest one.
I know.
I just love that the #1 Googled question when I pulled up Oniwa's name, the first person was, "How do you beat the guy on the horse?" That was the #1 question I Googled.
I will put, you figure it out yourself.
That's a question for real.
Parry.
And I honestly feel like whoever gave an answer to this, no, come on.
Can we like take a minute? Can we know this answer real quick? Can we like?
So
What?
this is from Google. It says, and I quote, hold on, I gotta act like I can see so far away. And I quote, there we go. Deflect his single charge attack, drop back, fly in and hit him when the green icon appears for a grapple attack and repeat. It's fairly slow, but his vitality will be lowered each time you land those few hits on the grapple, and so his posture will recover far slower as a result. This is as per Eurogamer.net.
Okay, I mean, yeah, if you want to fight him in a slow way, yeah. If you want to fight him in a slow way, then yeah, okay, I'll leave him alone. Okay, that's a safe way.
Just a safe way. But,
the sad part is I'm probably gonna write that down and be like, yes, let's try it.
And swing
and
on
then
that.
cry when it doesn't work.
All right. Everybody ready for 2020?
Yes, sorry.
No, you good. So 2020 also saw a few good titles as well. Animal Crossing, New Horizon.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Doom. I guess we're taking a minute. Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades.
I like that one.
Yeah, Hades is not bad. I don't. Egypt don't like it, but the game that took the prize was Last of Us 2, and that prize is not only well deserved, but it could beat several games on this list, no matter what year it came out.
Yeah, that's true.
That story was so good.
There's some parts of the story in the second one I didn't entirely like, but I thoroughly appreciated it.
Contrary to popular belief.
No, I don't care what popular belief says. Right. My belief says that story was so dynamic, so innovative, so creative, so illustrative, that I was floored by everything, like in a good way. Like I was impressed. I finished Last of Us, but Last of Us 2 just brought it to a whole another dynamic. You play as, Ellie, who is Joel's kind of daughter, I guess, and you also play as Abby, who is, well, I guess the enemy. Should I spoiler alert it? I mean,
we have a whole TV show to catch up on.
I mean, at the end of the day, you play as the protagonist and the antagonist. So
right. So it brought you to because the game feels how it feels, how real it feels, how raw it feels, that you're playing as both the person who's coming after the other person you're playing as at the same time, and one of them you're supposed to feel like this huge animosity, but you're also playing as them, so you can't just decide to kill yourself, which I wanted to do. I told Kyle, I said as soon as I get control of her, I'm killing her. I'm gonna go kill myself.
It was it's a very interesting point, like to play both sides of a revenge coin,
Yeah, and that was just crazy. I've never seen how it was done. It was good.
Right, and it really makes you reflect on real life revenge.
Right.
Saying, is it really worth it in the end?
Right. Because it came around full circle in the end.
It truly did.
It did.
Yeah, it came around full circle in the end.
I didn't finish after what happened, so I couldn't keep playing. I literally uninstalled the game after what happened.
Right. There's so many parts where you think, because every time we were playing it together, so there were points I was like, is this the end? Is this the end? Every time I thought it was the end, it kept going. So it could have been the end at so many points, but the story was written. So shout out to
Naughty Dog.
Yeah, they did a really great job on that one.
The story was really good. It's like a Final Fantasy novella thing going on. So as well as the fighting, the weaponry, the way you could. I know I'm not allowed to put up gory videos, but the way you could shoot certain parts of bodies, and how you'll look at the body on the floor and see that specific part that you shot off on the floor, how every little bit of the combat and whatever you affect on the enemy is shown like perfectly, and that's the way I've been wanting it in a lot of games that have those type of systems. So it was impressive with that as well. So not just the story, the fighting, the
striking felt like God of War, like you said. The striking
Right.
felt satisfying when you were throwing those punches.
Right,
You felt the weight of them.
Yeah, with Abby. And then there's the cat.
No.
Odin.
So yeah, Last of Us 2. Anybody?
Good game.
No, it's a
else?
very good game. I just kind of missed watching more of Joel's journey from the first one.
Yep.
Oh well, you.
Because that guy
Yeah, that
kicked
guy.
butt and took names.
Yeah, you guys. That's. I gotta cancel that out now.
Actually, he got set up while you're trying to be funny. He got set up. See,
there was a lot of setting up in that game.
Yeah.
people like y'all went and still finished the game, but me, I'm loyal. I'm loyal. Once that happened, that was it. There is no Last of Us 2, not in this house.
Oh no. You what happened in that situation? So we don't ruin it for anybody. No, you want to go out and get your revenge. Is what that was. That's why every moment I played as Abby, I thought of killing myself.
So Ellie does. So she's. I'm not trying to make this spoiler city.
I mean,
like,
we have spoiler alerts on the thing, but I don't know if Keita wants to hear that.
It's just it was very important to me. Like I stopped playing. I'm sorry, Keita.
Go ahead, go.
I'm gonna say I'm sorry. I just stopped playing this because of this. Like, so Ellie not a traitor? That's all I'm really trying to ask.
No. She's the most devoted person in the game.
Yeah,
man,
she went as far as she could.
All right.
Until she became a what's that thing from Star Trek?
She just wasn't strong enough. That's all.
I gotta see these things. Yeah, because I did not. My feelings was. I don't think that my feelings have been that hurt on a game this recent. Like, nothing has.
In order to not spoil it for anybody,
We're gonna be heard on the show too.
We're gonna move on.
Feelings gonna be heard on the show too.
Yeah.
Season, next season.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, 2021 saw a lot of games I'm not a fan of. Shout out to those games, to the people who are fans of them. Deathloop, which I haven't played. Metroid Dread, which I haven't played, but I know Egypt played it. Psychonauts 2. Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart, which is actually a good game. I saw that one.
Yes.
Resident Evil Village. The game that won, I'm not too keen on. It's called It Takes Two. It's an action adventure game developed by Hazelight Studios and published by EA, Electronic Arts. It was released for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, etc., etc. It's a playable either online or split screen. It's cooperative, so it's two players. And I think it was I don't know, it feels like what'd you say it felt like? The game with the little
Eco?
No, you told me the other day it felt like the game with the big people coming at you trying to eat you. Remember that game?
No, I'm thinking about Pikmin. The big people. Little Nightmares.
Little Nightmares. Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it definitely has that
Star
vibe
Wars.
a little bit.
Okay. I want to play it. It's two players. It looks like it's a fun game. I don't really know about it. I don't know if anybody here knows about it.
It's a very cooperative game, so like you rely on you and the other player in order to pass various challenges and journeys.
So are they the ones that created the two guys in the jail?
This one's a little bit different. It's I guess it's like a husband and wife, and they have to work collaboratively in order to get out of this micro tiny world with animatronic beings attacking them.
Okay, because that other game with the two convicts is just like that. You have to yeah. So I think they created that too. I'm not sure. I could look it up real quick.
But at first I thought it was a little, I saw the trailer for it. I wasn't too sure about it. And then I actually played it and it was actually kind of fun.
Okay. They did create, it's called A Way Out.
And it really tests your friendship with whoever it is that you're playing with.
Okay.
Trust
So if they have bad partner, they'll let you die.
If you got trust issues, this is not your game.
I need a herb.
Or maybe you'll develop them on the game.
With
Very
trust
quickly.
Trust issues, yes, that is.
Resident Evil 5 required a lot of trust.
Yeah. Yeah, herb.
Yeah.
So as far as anybody else played any of the games on that list, Deathloop, Metro Droid, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. Does any? Okay.
No. Well, I played The Village.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, I played everything except for Deathloop because I'm looking at the list. Everything except for Deathloop and It Takes Two. Everything else I've played, and I don't even think It Takes Two even deserved that, to be honest. Well, I actually need y'all help on It Takes Two because like I could have sworn when I looked into that game, it was just, a lot of it was trash, to be honest. To compare that game to Metroid Dread should have had a fan base like God of War, I guess I can say, because like, dude, we've been waiting on the next Metroid like for years, first of all, and they've kind of paid attention and brought back everything that we've been asking for, revisited everything, and even brought back the Torvis Ball theme. I don't know. Psychonauts 2, the same energy, to be honest, because that's another game that everyone been waiting on, maybe longer than Metroid, to be real. And Psychonauts 2 is fire. I've played it, though. I didn't beat it. I've watched it. I'd rather play it, and I just didn't have the time to play it. I played too many games at once, so I stressed myself out.
But how long was the wait, though?
For what, Psychonauts 2?
No, Metroid, because, the
Oh,
new
that
generations
was,
come up every time, you know what I mean?
This is okay, so on the Switch, everyone got their release, right? Metroid didn't have their release. This is their release, finally. In 2021, we finally get a new Metroid coming from, Other M and the Prime 1, 2, and 3. I'm not going to bring the Game Boy Advance ones. It was something that was recent, not recent, but the most recent from Metroid, but it wasn't a good game, though. Not the Other M. I can't remember the name. I remember how it plays, but I can't remember the name. It wasn't a good game. So this was a highly anticipated game. So for that to lose, I'm a little confused. Ratchet and Clank as well. Metroid, Psychonauts, and Ratchet and Clank. All three of them had a very big wait, more or less for depending on which one. The longest wait was Psychonauts 2. Resident Evil Village, of course, it didn't have a wait, but that's still a part of that's the next thing, a part of FPS Resident Evil franchise. No offense. Call of Duty Resident Evil franchise. All right, but so that was my lighter fell. So that was like I don't know. It Takes Two was a little confusing to take 2021.
I was very surprised. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a fun game, but it was surprising that they got the title. I enjoyed The Village. The storyline was great with Ethan Winters. The bosses, and then everybody was obsessed with, giant lady sitting on them or whatever they're into.
Fly swatter.
Oh my god. I think it's probably, you got to think about the new age of gamers as well.
Right.
Maybe that's probably why It Takes Two probably took the title, because of the new age of gamers who prefer games where it's a little, I'm not gonna say a little bit easier, but maybe that's what I should say.
Well, look at the year that it came out too. Half of us were still kind of locked down a little bit, so
Right. I feel like
a collaborative game was healthy at that time.
Right. I also feel like Ratchet and Clank kind of aged out, and Metroid might have been a little too long of a wait.
And not Zelda?
Not Zelda?
We waited longer. I think where you coming from.
No, Zelda's a little more consistent. It just jumps around a bit more.
I wouldn't say consistent, but I would
No, they're not.
say.
I mean,
In Metroid, or they kind of like they're like right here from each other.
I'm not
It doesn't
saying
have
one
to
comes
be
out
big
like
fan
every
base.
several years, but like, at least you get a little something on a Game Boy, or you get it on a different console or handheld or something. Metroid is like few and far apart
Mm.
for Metroid.
And also too, this list, these runnings, these games that were in the runnings, they're all like completely different from each other for some reason. Like the other games kind of have something similar to them.
Yeah, we didn't really get a lot of releases in 21, and honestly, half of us were still down the rabbit hole of Animal Crossing. So I know I was.
I crawled out that animal hole. I was never in that hole. I didn't allow myself to be in there.
Growing crops.
I agree, Tingle. I had to just think about it because I had to look. I'm like, wait, how long have we been waiting? The last Metroid game that was released was the Metroid Prime. Was the Metroid Prime trilogy or Metroid Prime 4? Like those are.
I think I played that one. I think I played Metroid Prime trilogy.
It's been a while, bro.
It's like
It's
waiting
been
for
quite
Castlevania.
some time.
What? What the fuck?
Or Shimyu.
Facts.
Or Kingdom Hearts 3.
Or Kingdom Hearts.
Well, they're gonna release a 1.5345.
A 3.287
Exactly.
4 3 2 1.
They got Guitar Heroes now. You got to chill on them. They got melody games now.
Oh
Right.
yeah. I seen
So I just want to make one more comment. I don't think Resident Evil has ever made a game of the year.
Well, Capcom they need to stop being so. Let's say no. I'm
I'm just surprised. I don't see Resident Evil on any of these. Okay. All right, 2022. I'm just surprised.
Takes Two is trash.
We don't know that yet. Just
no, I do.
Pump your
But
brakes.
didn't RE4 was probably the last one that made Game of the Year, wasn't it?
Oh, so maybe it did. Maybe it did. Oh, see, that's why I don't know because
that was years ago though.
Because I don't like RE4.
Jeez.
All right, so 2022 also saw some impressive games. A Plague Tale Requiem.
Rats.
Of course.
I understand.
Horizon Forbidden West. Stray, which was pretty good. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Don't put your tongue out for Stray.
It was for the one before.
For Horizon Forbidden. Oh yeah. I agree. So the winner of 2022 was Elden Ring, and we have all played Elden Ring. So, my thoughts on Elden Ring is initially what Egypt said is Dark Souls with a jump. But playing it and seeing all the types of weapons and magic and stuff that you could get, teaming up with your friends, just like a Dark Souls game. But they add a lot of different elements to. They improve on Dark Souls, and I was impressed. It's easier than Dark Souls to me. Anybody can comment on that.
Oh, no, I agree.
But
A lot of things are easier than.
To be fair,
but no one.
Yeah, go ahead.
But the world is massive.
Right.
And you can walk around and explore, and you can summon your friends in open areas now. Like you could have beat a boss someplace, but you could still, if you're in an open area, you could still summon your friends and fight with them. So I thought that was the jump. That's the jump, and summoning your friends anywhere you go, and leveling up with them and having fun with them is cool. So,
like I would say, you can easily make the game hard just by wandering in the wrong place.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what that giant bird was that would attack only at night.
Oh, the death bird.
Death bird, yeah.
Death bird.
Got us.
I screamed like a baby. I was like, ah!
Swoop down with his big head.
Ring was definitely fun. And actually, once I started looking into the lore of the game, I actually was impressed a little bit. Because I didn't understand when you going through so many things at once in the game, you're not really paying attention to the story. But when you start looking it up and seeing, what exactly happened, with the war and Radon, turned crazy because Millennia was infected with rot, and she messed him up, and all this. There's a lot of good factors to the lore that I didn't realize until after I finished, the game and started looking at it. I just looked it up one day just to know what the story was about. So I was impressed by that as well.
Little gems they drop in the items, descriptions, and things like that.
And that's the stuff I never read. I need to start reading that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I read a few, but yeah, you're right. I never read them.
Any comments on that before we wrap up?
One day I'll finish it.
Yes.
I want to ask one more question before we finish too. But go ahead, Egypt. What you gonna say?
Y'all think that you might have said this already, it just slipped, it just missed it. Do y'all really, that's not the actual question, but do y'all think that Elden Ring actually deserved the Game of the Year title from the 2022 releases?
I guess sometimes I can't really gauge because I haven't played Plague Tale Requiem. I've seen Kyle play the first one. I played Horizon, the first one. I don't know what they changed in Forbidden West. I beat Stray. I'm still on
about that.
I'm still on God of War. So I can see that people would be mad that God of War didn't win.
I'm not one of those people actually.
But when you think of the fan base of Soulsborne's games, and how massive the fan base for Elden Ring is, which is crazy because I've never seen so many people see. It's funny that everybody want to jump onto the Soulsborne wagon when it's the easiest one to jump onto, because that's the easiest game out of all the Soulsborne games.
I mean, Elden Ring's definitely a flex. If you get far enough and get your trophies, it's a big flex. So I can see people liking that aspect.
I feel as if maybe I haven't played the Plague Tale, but Xenoblade Chronicles, forgive me, because I love Xenoblade, but Xenoblade Chronicles 3, besides like the difference on pretty much like the graphics, I guess, and a bit of combat system and everything, I didn't necessarily see much of a difference to where it wasn't Game of the Year any other year. Also, that 2022's games releases for the PlayStation, they kind of sucked a little, to be honest. You can quote me or don't quote me, however, attack the messenger, but look at those releases for 2022. For the fact that Sifu didn't make the list, but Xenoblade
Chronicles, but remember, these Game of the Years are popularity contests. It's just like choosing someone for a Grammy Award or somebody for a pageant.
Who's the homecoming?
But it's a popularity contest.
It's popular though.
I don't think Sifu was as popular as you might have.
I don't think so.
Because the game before that, Absolver, wasn't really all that great. We played that Absolver.
Okay.
I mean, it's like some years in a popularity contest, you'll get the game that you actually feel deserved it, and sometimes it's like it takes two. You like you don't understand.
And then honestly, with Xenoblade, that's a really diehard fan base. Like everyone who I know that plays Xenoblades, they've been there since the jump. So
I think they probably a little more strict with it than Final Fantasy players, to be completely honest.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I get it. Okay, I'm just saying that it's I like the game. It's just that if 2 didn't make Game of the Year, then why did 3? All right, whatever. All right, okay, I get it.
The questions that boggle the brain.
Like,
so final question just to wrap up. What game, I know it's still early in 2023, what game do you feel that is coming out or is out should make at least the running for Game of the Year so far?
I have a pick and it's probably an unpopular pick.
We could go however order you want to go in. Whoever wants to go first. You can name more than one game too. You can name more than one game if you want. Yeah.
that's been out this year or coming out.
Yeah, what you think might make it, or you feel should make it, or
Might need to hear
That's
some
kind
more.
of hard. Actually, well, not, but I can't name things like Stellar Blade because the game looks good, but I actually haven't played it. I'll go first to help y'all then. I see y'all thinking Wukong, Tekken 8,
oh, Tekken 8 and Street Fighter's gonna make that list. I already know.
Yeah, definitely.
King.
Those two, yeah.
Wukong, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6.
You think Wukong? Because
I don't think Wukong's gonna make
that demo was kind of.
No, I like
it was good. It was fun, but
you
Hold
like
on,
the
y'all.
demo.
Wait. The monkey, not the samurais. The monkey.
I'm thinking Wulong. My bad.
Not
Wulong.
Oolong.
Yeah.
What's the one where you could fly on like a thing? He was flying across the river. He was flying like a samurai guy. He was flying on like a
Ronin.
Yeah. What game was that?
Ronin.
Oh, Ronin. I think that might be.
I think
Yeah, that
Ronin
looked
okay
a little
too.
stronger.
For me, my picks might be it's a stretch, but Resident Evil 4.
Okay, yeah.
Silent Hill 2 remake, possibly Dead Island 2.
Possibly Dead Island.
Possibly. I'm gonna just name those three for now.
Okay.
Possibly.
No, that's fine. They'll have some nerve, but that's fine though. I can rock with that.
I said possibly.
No, I can rock with that. I can rock with that for sure.
I feel like these three won't make it. I think maybe it's more in hopes of me.
I think Resident Evil 4 will make it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. My two picks that I think will be decent for this upcoming year: Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So much anticipation with that. I have this feeling that they're gonna push it back, though. I don't know why. It's just a feeling I have in my heart.
Oh, please, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
and then actually one that I've really been kind of waiting for quite some time, Diablo 4. I want to go back down that rabbit hole.
Oh no, that is making the list. I guarantee it. No, I guarantee it. That fan base.
I've been waiting for that for a while.
That fan base is crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
That's making that list. I would add Strangers of Paradise too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would add Strangers of Paradise. That fighting system looked crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, did you finish Strangers of Paradise yet?
We haven't even started.
I didn't play it. I just looked at the previews and stuff. It just looks good. Yeah, I haven't played
I'm just gonna wait.
I want to play it.
Yeah, I want you to play it.
Yeah,
let's play it.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
You have it
I do.
Oh.
I truly do.
Everybody has it already?
Not right next to me, but I have it.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, Wukong has to be taken off my list. That comes out 2020.
Last but not least, Kyle, you ain't give me your games.
Man, hey, man, I don't even know. I would actually like to see Forspoken on there. Oddly.
Oh, I didn't think. Why not?
As much as I would like to see it,
I don't think I'm gonna.
I don't think it'll win, but
you know what? I think all three of us that answered were being realistic.
No, yeah. I mean,
that's why we ain't naming it.
Right. No, well, I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna win or anything, but I mean, just
I would truly love to see it, but we also have Hogwarts up there, and
There's a lot of promise this year. There's a lot of promise this year.
Because Slytherin right now is slaying, so just saying.
Ravenclaw, baby. No, but I think Hogwarts could probably take it.
Okay.
And
as
I really
game
think
of the
Hogwarts
year,
can take it.
Game of the year, or making the list of game of the year.
That game is kind of
taking it to the house. The whole
thing.
Nah.
And Harry Potter fandom is crazy too, but
it's huge.
But that Diablo, I'm
but Diablo is generally an old school fan base. Like
they're probably like
it goes back.
Right.
They're all like 60.
They still play games. Is it it's a PC. It's PC, right?
They're gonna come for me.
They're gonna put it on other platforms as well and give a cross console.
Yeah, and then they cross console that thing. Yeah, of course.
They're gonna do it.
Think God of War or Ragnarok will make the list?
No, that was for 2022.
That wasn't this year, no.
Oh, this year. My bad.
But
yeah. Time.
All right,
I ain't for my damn nominations. Damn. That's
Well, we were being realistic. We all want Forspoken to make the. Flintlock. We want that to make the list too. I don't know if that's coming out this year though.
Yes.
Oh, what's that? The black hole thing?
Yes.
Oh.
Both of them.
That's the he said both of them. Right? Like that's
That's right.
Black Panther. Hold up. Hey, but that is because T'Challa.
Wakanda, whatever.
It is now though, because yeah. Rest in peace to T'Challa.
Yes.
Poor thing.
I see his mouth moving.
Oh.
Wait, did you mute yourself? We don't even hear. Do y'all hear Ace? I don't hear him.
No.
Oh.
Hello.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
We gotta Well, we gotta take a minute for T'Challa now.
That's all right.
All right, minute's over. So thank you for watching the CPC talks. We took that minute. Don't do that.
We did take a minute.
I wasn't speaking. That was the minute.
Oh.
So, thank you for watching another CPC Talks production, and we hope you enjoyed the episode. Definitely make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff to any one of our social media platforms, and catch us next time, guys.
Bye.
Peace out.